status claims the rematch. Dubois versus Usyk. My guy, Jerry,
Bro,
break it down, man.
man, I'm as excited as you are, bro. For not just about that fight, but that day. I mean, that day, July 19th, from midday to late evening, on all across the world, are gonna be watching boxing on July
man,
19th.
yeah.
That's awesome. I mean,
All eyes on boxing.
there are some days that this happens, but man, there's nothing that's gonna get in the way of watching boxing on the 19th. To answer your question,
To my wife at home, I apologize. Anniversary is earlier in that week. I'm supposed to be celebrating on that day.
oops.
Ah!
I pray for you, bro. But yes, the undisputed unification. How many times we've been seeing that a lot lately
Man,
in the heavyweight division?
There's one trinket that always fucking wants to be a little fuss and disappear, and then gets collected again.
I mean,
Ain't that some shit?
man, that title has been passed around in the heavyweight division a couple times in the last several years, and it's a beautiful thing because you got that one champion in the heavyweight division, and if they're exciting, boxing is exciting.
Yeah. It's the pinnacle. It's the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
No, listen, and the guys that are at the top right now are very exciting. I gotta say, every time I'm tuning in, right, Usyk puts on incredible performances, man.
Oh.
Like the work he's been able to do coming up from cruiserweight and then doing it at heavyweight and then being able to become undisputed at heavyweight, man. Like it's a beautiful thing. There's been people that have done it before, right? I believe Michael Moore did it. I believe Evander Holyfield did it at one point. Like there's people who have been able to do it, but it's not an easy thing. And in today's day in Asian fighting,
Super rare.
it-
Four belts?
no,
This is the
like-
four belt era, by the way.
Four belt era, but also if we were to keep it 100% real, the big guys now in there are enormous.
Yeah.
This isn't like a cruiserweight stepping in and you're fighting a 220
But yeah,
pound
but yes,
heavyweight.
you said
You're now
that, but
fighting 270, 280,
They've
and you gotta go.
actually contemplated regarding getting put in a super heavyweight division, add another division to the squad. But let's circle back. Jerry, I want you to tell our thoughts on this
Yep.
fight, man. Go ahead and talk to me about
So,
this, man. Let's go.
So Guapo Damas mentioned one quick thing though. He said that it's not like it was cruiserweight going to heavyweight. Actually, Usyk is a cruiserweight move to heavyweight.
No, that's what I was
And-
saying. That it's been done before in that sense. Holyfield, Moore did it, but in this sense, it hasn't been done before because the guys he's fighting now are like
Big
Tyson
monsters.
Fury was 300 pounds. You know what I mean?
Got you,
Like
got you. I'm with you. I'm with you
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yep. And how can you not like Usyk? He fights anybody, anywhere. There's one more guy out there after this fight, and I'll let you get into that because I know how
yeah,
much you
big
like that
fan.
guy.
Oh, it is.
But-
It is
but
good. They know me.
But Usyk's style is so fan friendly. His personality is so damn fan friendly. I have a hard time not liking Usyk just as a person. You know, I mean, the guy enjoys what he does. He enjoys training camp. He enjoys the
scares
whole
me.
fight, and he could turn it on a dime and then smile and give you that
Yeah,
weird
that was about the serial killer look, if you
serial
will.
killer smile.
But
as
he would do it randomly. Somebody's getting interviewed in the boxing, and he would just pop in.
Yeah.
Whoop,
Hilarious.
smile, and then just pop right back out.
Hilarious.
Like, what the, was that just the undisputed champion?
But
Ah,
but you want him on your team if
yeah,
shit
he's a
goes
good-
down.
He's a good guy, man.
You know, and shit went down in his home country, and he went through all of that
that's right,
struggle,
that's right.
and he left the
I
game.
didn't think about going in that route, but yeah.
You know, and he's never defended his belts in his home country. He
sad.
really is a road warrior. I got a lot of love for Usyk. I do. I really do. He's grown a lot on me since he's entered the heavyweight division because he's fought bigger dudes, like you said. And he's beat up those bigger dudes. So that's one weight division that you don't care about. That's one division, the only division you don't care about being heavier than your opponent. Because both of those guys, you know, can throw some bombs and they're gonna land that one punch where it's gonna change the fight.
At the-
No,
at that
listen,
point,
and
it's the
going-
skill about having to move and be able to fucking stay away from them big shots.
But I have not even talked about Dubois.
No, and listen, that's where I was gonna get into it, man. It makes it a really, like a really entertaining matchup that's gonna happen, right? Dubois actually did decent against Usyk
Hey.
for how it goes, right? He did.
Hey,
he did
that
he
fight
did
was
pretty good.
entertaining.
And Dubois has some crazy momentum going. His win over AJ was amazing, man. Like
Huge
everybody
for-
who was watching on, he looked very tough in that
Dominated,
AJ fight.
dominated.
Huge for
Right.
England boxing.
So I would say, to me, Dubois does have some momentum in there enough to make it very interesting, right? Having said that, it shouldn't be Dubois fighting. you guys know where my stance is. There's a certain Polynesian big man who should be the one who should be getting this crack at it. Joseph Parker is amazing. He's got more momentum than anybody other than Usyk right now to me in the heavyweight division. He's actually, nobody saw him whooping Wilder's ass at that moment like that. Right now, in retrospect, Wilder is probably a little bit past his time.
Oh, he is past his time.
Right? It's very evident, right? But Joseph Parker was the one who exposed that first. Let's keep it real. Tyson won over Wilder, but he wasn't dominant over Wilder in that sense where you could say, oh, Wilder's done. Now, Joseph Parker did put it on him, right? And the very next fight was against Big Bang Shane.
Big
and
Bang.
I'm telling you, man.
Down goes Big Bang.
He made Yao Ming look very, very beatable, you know what I mean? It's one of those deals, bro. So, to me,
I apologize, fans. We ain't no racist on that. That was funny.
No, listen, and then he fought Bakoli, and, man, he put it on Bakoli, bro. That was amazing to see. Bakoli was good night, and it was done fast, bro. Yeah. He went in there and took care of business.
He definitely has an impressive streak. He does.
So to me, but Joseph Parker should be getting that shot.
But hold on, but with that though,
it wouldn't be undisputed.
But yes, exactly that part. So he's not on the card. He's not fighting.
He only wouldn't be undisputed because Dubois already ducked him, bro. Dubois was supposed to fight him, and Dubois said pulled out of that fight. To me, he knocked Bakoli out, which was so impressive, only because Dubois pulled out. If not, it would have been Dubois who gets knocked out.
I'm not gonna knock that Joseph Parker does not deserve to be in the conversation. He's probably a number one mandatory for at least one or two of those belts.
He's actually the next one up for the WBO because he's the interim heavyweight.
He's probably in the top 5 for all those belts. There's no doubt about it, probably. So is he deserving? Yes, and he's riding a winning streak. But again, too, if he keeps knocking dudes out in that same trajectory, if he keeps doing that, maybe in 1 or 2 more fights, there's not gonna be no doubt that he's gonna get that fight next. Yeah. So is he deserving? Yes, absolutely, because there's not any other heavyweights doing what he's doing. And right now, you want that one champion. So all he's got to do is just wait his turn, wait in line, and eventually, as long as he keeps knocking fools out, then he's going to get his opportunity. I just hope that it happens sooner rather than later because Usyk's getting older, Parker's getting older. Eventually,
that's my fear,
you
bro.
do not want to get a belt and it's a vacant belt because
no, listen,
and
that's my problem with it, bro. Is that I think that Joseph Parker. I mean, if we're talking about age, he's probably one of the older ones in that scenario, right? So he's only got so many.
They're creeping up to 40.
You know
They're creeping up to 40.
So Usyk's up there in age too. I think Dubois probably stands the best, out of everybody in there. If he can pull off a miracle against Usyk, man, he's got age on his advantage. And imagine the momentum he would pull into anything if he was able to get Usyk at it or even win over Usyk.
How about
Nobody's
this?
done it.
How about this? So we got a little bit of a bombshell this week because Tyson Fury's back in the news. Tyson Fury
I heard
has come out of retirement again.
For Usyk though, he wants
Usyk. He says it's rabbit season. So
What
he
is
wants to
age
come
for-
back and
Listen,
keep.
all that means to me is that Joseph Parker is gonna get dug again.
Well, no,
Once this is
this is what I'm. I mean, of course, because Joseph Parker isn't going to bring what Usyk can bring to the table. There's unfinished business, right? But why don't Tyson Fury get a tune-up bout? Not even necessarily a tune-up, but you fight Parker.
and prove who deserves it next.
He won't do that because
Because too dangerous. Because it's too dangerous. I get that.
100%.
But that would be the perfect situation to see if Fury's even still got it, and if Parker is the real deal, because there would be nobody else left in the way.
There's only one person who's the real deal, and that's Evander.
Holyfield.
Wait, Amanda Serrano is also known as the real
There's
deal,
only
right?
two people that are the real deal.
my only thoughts of Tyson Fury actually humoring a trilogy with Usyk is the fact that he realized, you know what? I weigh more. I'm bigger than what I was. I'm still agile and I can still move. I got more weight. I could put this weight on. I think that's always been his game plan, trying to freaking slow down the smaller man. And I think he feels, well, let's give it a shot. I'm gonna manhandle him even more so. He's probably gonna come in even at his all-time highest weight, all for the sheer fact he wants to just put his weight on top of
if we was to
And
keep it 100% real,
it won't work.
this is the
It
heavyweight.
won't. I don't think it will, but that was his only game plan.
That's a beautiful thing inside that he's going that way with it and he thinks that would work. But I'm gonna tell you, he's getting way too far ahead. This is the heavyweight division, and these are guys who can crack. There's no guarantee it's gonna be Usyk, man. I'm telling you.
You're right.
And if it's Dubois and Tyson Fury, they're putting in 150,000 people in
UK?
Arsenal Stadium out there in
Wembley
the UK.
Stadium
You know
or
what I mean?
something?
Yeah.
Well, this-
Wembley
this-
holds 90,
O2
but yes.
Arena?
That's where
Yeah.
that's where this fight's at. It's at Wembley, and
It's
it's
at Wembley,
holding
see?
about 90,000.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a packed house.
It's going to be awesome. An awesome vibe in UK boxing is something that's on the bucket list.
Sweet
Hey,
Carolina.
we gotta go, bro.
Ba, ba, ba.
Oh, yeah. No, listen, we gotta get out there, and much love to all my British people that are out there listening.
sir.
Man, we love you guys in the fight game. Hey, listen, when
Can't wait
Sweet
to be
Caroline
there.
comes on, we know there's about the putazos about to take down.
Right before the
And
main
we're
event.
that, and we love that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Man, they're some of the most passionate fans.
Yeah, man.
Not just for
Beautiful thing.
not just for boxing, but for any sport. I mean, they are partying
They really commit,
from
yeah.
early to mid to the main, afterwards. I mean, they it's like, man, where do they get that energy from, bro? Maybe we'll find out one day. You know?
Hey,
Hopefully
hey,
soon,
hey,
man.
hey, play back
Hopefully
when we
soon.
were in Vegas. Who was the British fighter that was fighting? Because I remember there was a bunch of
There's
British,
only
fans that showed up.
one Ricky Hatton.
Hatton.
He had,
Look,
and he brought a whole bunch of fans.
No,
Bro.
listen, we were in Vegas, and all of a sudden we were overwhelmed with all sorts of British coming out of everywhere. And listen, it was a great
Fun.
experience. Everybody was so cool, man. Everybody was so friendly. We were enjoying it and what it was, the vibe with the boxing community, and they were embracing us too. So thank you very much for all the British boxing fans out there.
Yes, sir. They travel well, bro.
Oh yeah, man.
Like I said, not just for
Awesome.
boxing. I mean, you talk about WWE, they're loud. For soccer, they're loud. I mean, I remember when Ricky Hatton was fighting Pacquiao or Mayweather, they got the last seats in the MGM Grand, like at the very top, like the last seats. And they brought in like the drum,
bands?
the bass
Yeah,
or something,
yeah, yeah.
and they're all boom, boom,
Even
boom.
up on top, the cameras were like, "Look at these guys."
And you can hear them throughout the fight. I mean, it's awesome, bro. I mean, it's just
and the
amazing.
singing, bro. The singing, the chants, right? So everybody at home knows I watch soccer, man. So soccer is about atmosphere and the chants and everything that you got going on. In boxing, you have a lot of that same stuff where you hit certain regions or you hit certain fight genres or fight crowds that react in a certain way. Man, with the British is amazing because they got chants and shit going the whole time.
And it's not just the British, it's the Irish.
Listen,
too.
yeah, no, look,
But that's
everybody out there,
pride.
European.
That's
everybody-
just their pride.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I
everybody
mean?
who's out there is great fight
It's
fans. But the
a
British
normal day
especially.
for them. It's
Yeah.
a normal
No,
tradition.
British
But that's
especially.
if you're
And
proud.
I'll tell you, Irish or British, man, it's the other. There's two Irishmen, so yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But I think
There's no
Listen,
man-made river between them.
I want my British fans to actually weigh in on the comments. Would you guys rather it be Usyk versus Tyson when Tyson comes back, or would you guys rather it be Dubois when Tyson comes back? Man, I'd like to know what you guys think. And I want to tell you guys, if it's Dubois and Tyson out there, and there's gonna be 150, we need to figure out how to get out there, man. Real shit.
Yeah.
It's on my bucket list.
Hey, we're looking for sponsors.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But
But
yeah-
yeah, trying to say?
Oh, I was saying that's just mainly the pride. You can tell which countries or I was gonna
Self-motivated.
say, yeah, the pride, and that's, you know what I mean, like Hispanics, Mexicans, whatever. We're all prideful as well, but we also segregate within each other. You know what I mean? Mexico, Mexican American. You know what I mean? But when you're a
She
unity
just
and your
exposed the
pride.
Central American bias that's all over this place.
No, but when you're a whole unity, you're prideful for all your people. You know what I mean? Like,
a beautiful
I
thing.
want to
called
see
the pride
everyone
in your
win.
tribe. Look, Latin fans are ravenous when it comes down to it, man. You just gotta see the fucking one.
Oh yeah. Hey, it breaks up families.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's circle back to Dubois real quick because he deserves a little bit of our attention too.
A lot of our attention.
Because-
He's actually been putting in work.
Because he is on a good winning streak and he's actually knocking guys out right now,
Putting
right?
in work.
But he is also so vulnerable. He's so vulnerable to getting stopped. But he's
I would say
absorbing
he's so
some of
vulnerable
those.
because of his style, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's an amazing fight style, but it also leads to having a lot of opportunities that makes him extremely vulnerable.
But let's dive into that body shot from that first Usyk fight. Was that shit legit or not? And I know it's going to be talked about in the build-up to this fight. It's going to be all over the place.
It
It,
really is.
depends who you
It really
ask.
is,
It
yeah.
depends who you ask and the angle. But if that was a low blow, I've seen worse low blows, and I've seen guys stand there and still not even take a 10 count. You know, I mean, Usyk was really reeling from that low blow as if it was something that was like, you know, stopping him from having kids anymore. It wasn't even that low.
So listen. So there was moments for Dubois in that first fight,
But-
and the crazy part for me is that he actually did okay against Usyk, right?
He did
but
well.
If we actually keep it real, I think he's got a much better shot this time. with the momentum and
There
the
you go.
build-up and the experience.
And the
that he now
experience, bro.
has. It's a whole totally different fighter. I also think that because it's not the first time he's going to be in with Usyk, there's going to be a certain level of understanding and knowledge that goes with that. You know, there's not going to be that fear, that anxiety of, I don't know what this dude's going to be like. He's a fucking killer. He's a psycho. And we all know that about Usyk, you know what I mean? And now he's already been in there with it. So there's not that mystery to that part of it.
Well,
Right? He knows what he's facing.
He knows what he's facing, but what he's facing is a beast. He
It
got stopped.
is, but this isn't the same
He
beast he
quit on
faced the
his
first time.
Hey,
because now
Dubois-
he's been in some wars too.
Dubois quit on his knees. He didn't bother to get up, bro. He was beaten. He was beaten. He was beaten, and he got his soul sucked out of him in that fight. And in regards to that knockdown, I want to go ahead. I'm sorry. In regards to that punch, the questionable punch, it was borderline. Everybody's talking about this and that, and I do agree it was borderline. But respectfully, Jerry, yeah, it wasn't like he hit him right on the freaking sack. But the thing is this: when you're wearing those protective cups,
It hurts.
When you hit at that point with that level, that bout line, and if you're low and you hit projecting it up, which is exactly what took place, that cup pulls up.
I got an idea. We should bring a cup and let Guapo Damas take a couple shots to
take
the
a
belt.
body shot, that cup
Bring the
pulls-
cup next time Guapo Damas does
Hey,
it.
but that cup pulls up and it pulls everything up with you, and that does not feel good. From my
wouldn't
trust me,
know.
from my experience, that shit hurts like no other. And I promise you guys this. I promise you this. I promise you this. People are thinking that Usyk trying to freaking,
Milk it?
dramatic and milk it. But I promise you this. If the referee at that moment on point was calling it a knockdown and started counting, guaranteed he would have got his ass up.
Yeah.
But when the referee did call it a freaking low blow, he was like, fuck, I'm going to go ahead.
I got 5 minutes at that point.
I'm going to go ahead and freaking and just recover from this shit because it hurt. Whether it was a low blow or not. I believe that it was a low blow. I feel that the call was right, but I know a lot of people will be debatable and talking and bull crapping in regards to it. But hey, we shall see, because in 2 weeks
It
we got
starts
the
off.
rematch.
Starts off
And
a hell of a day.
I cannot wait
That's
for a
the
day
start.
of boxing, and
That's
it starts
the
off with the
start of the
undisputed
fucking
heavyweight.
fight
If you will, that fight should be the main course. It should be the last fight of the night, but it's actually the first main event of that day.
Of that
And
day.
There's so much boxing.
All that
going on.
is if you're Top Chef, that just means you're starting with dessert at the end. It's not really the main course because the other fight card is so big that's going to be the main course, man.
I kind of
There's so
prefer
many
dessert
quality
before the
fighters.
main course. It makes me hungrier.
I'm not quite sure what we're talking about food now, but so do I.
All right, so listen.